Yo, you guys, this is a Blacklist to the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Hunter x Hunter episode 130. Alright, in this episode, this review actually shouldn't take very long, especially compared to my previous Hunter x Hunter reviews and previous reviews in general. That freaking 40-minute, freaking 40-minute regular Magic High School video. It's because of the live reactions. Even if I took it out, it'd still be half an hour long. Whatever, whatever. Hunter x Hunter. All right, review shouldn't take that long. Um, it starts off with Miriam returning to the palace. We get the explanation of the human grapes. I don't remember if those were like explained before. I know they were talked about before, but I don't remember if they were legit explained before. But you know, in case they weren't, here they were explained here. So yeah, the humans are put in there when they're chosen to become soldiers. Then they hatch from there. They're like eggs essentially. Palm, that's what Palm was in, except she wasn't in the one that was hanging from the tree. But yeah, it does sound familiar. So I'm pretty sure they talk. I know for a fact they talked about it before. I remember. I just don't remember the exact words that were used. But whatever, whatever. In case it wasn't, here it is here. Explained there. All right. Um, but after that, we see Pouf. The mini Pouf clones. Right. All of them are racing, trying to get that game board out of the throne room before Miriam can get there. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was funny. All right, and not because of what they were doing. I thought it was funny because they were playing like the Star Wars like music in the background. Like it was actually, I was just listening to it, and it was just funny listening to that music in the background of what was actually going on, and all these little mini poofs like flying around, carrying pieces of a game board. So that it was just funny for me. But after that, it's the last two parts of the episode because one part is pretty made. Well, there there are many piles. You know, who cares? Well, let me just talk about what happens next. Palm, she explains her power. All right, and as she was explaining her power, it kind of got me confused a little bit because, well, she can only, you know what her power is. She sees someone and she can follow them and see what's going on around them. Um, However, she can only follow three people at once using her power. All right, and using her right eye, she has seen Pouf, Kilua, and Gon in that order. All right, and since she can only follow three people at once, if she sees another person, then Pouf will get knocked off. All right, and he'll be replaced by that new person. And once that happens, she won't be able to see Miriam anymore. So she doesn't want that to happen. She doesn't want to see someone with her right eye, which is why she's covering it up like this. One of the reasons why she's covering it up like that. But on Kilua's back is Komugi. So hasn't she technically seen Komugi with her right eye? So why is it that Pouf wasn't replaced with her? Is it because she's technically? Is it because she's technically? Because she's with Kilua and she can see Kilua and the people around him, does that mean that because she saw someone who was already in the picture, it didn't count? Like, is that what it is? Like, I don't know. I thought that could have been explained more, but whatever, not a big deal. I don't really care that much about it. The more important part is that she mentions that while she can see Pouf, the main body, she can't see his clones. All right, and Kilua thinks that that's a bad thing because they can get caught off guard and stuff like that, especially when they're split into a million freaking pieces. And it's just not that helpful because you can only see where one is, and that one can be a distraction for what the other ones are doing, like what's going on right now. The main Pouf is a distraction so that the other ones can go get the game board and like erase evidence and get rid of Komugi and all this stuff. All right. So Kilua thinks that that's actually a weakness, but Palm doesn't see it that way. All right. Palm states that because she can only see the main body, she can't be fooled by the clones. All right. And because she'll be able to always find the main body and see that coming, and because of its size, she can literally just crush it. All right. The problem with that is that a Pouf clone was right there and heard all of it. So now we can take precautions. right? And since that clone is following them, Pouf will know when they're getting close to his main body and when to be prepared and all this stuff, right? So the whatever plan she would have come up with is completely useless now because it will revolve around that concept, and that concept is not going to work on him, all right? So there's that. Now, the next thing Pouf does is he goes to where Welfin is, all right? Now, I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot about Welfin, all right? There's so many characters in this arc, and there's so many things going on that I just forgot about I just forgot about it. All right, it's been so well, it hasn't been that long, but it's been a decent amount of time. All right, I just forgot about Welfin, but we see him, and one of the Poof clones goes to Welfin and has him make a call to Pitou. All right, and because of her hearing, she can answer the phone in her pocket and still actually hear what the people are saying, even though Golem can't because it's not that loud. All right, and Poof has Welfin tell Komugi that he and Brovada, who is dead, right, have actually secured Komugi and gotten her back. All right, and then in order to fool her, Pouf replicates her and her voice, which he can do because he can separate at the cellular level and rearrange himself and all this stuff. All right, and he copies her voice and talks over the phone as her, saying that she's all right. All right, so now Pitou is under the impression like, okay, all right, so now I don't need to abide by. She's not a hostage anymore, so I don't need to abide by the rules that go and put in place. All right, so Pouf is just doing everything that he can possibly do. He's doing everything that he can possibly do to make sure that Komugi gets taken care of, that Miram doesn't find her, that his memories don't come back, that he doesn't get his development back, that he doesn't get his groove back. um, though his name isn't Stella, but whatever. Um, not like I've actually read the book. It's just I've seen the cover, but whatever. Um, for those of you, for those of you who don't know, there's a book called How Stella Got Her Groove Back. I probably should have chosen a joke that's more that's more universal, but whatever. Whatever. I saw an opportunity, so I took it. Um, but yeah, Pouf. He's got plans. All right, he's his plans are going pretty well so far. I'd have to say. All right, but that's essentially the second to last scene of the episode. The rest of the episode is Pitou being taken to Kite, realizing who exactly it is, and then telling Gon he's already dead. All right. So then Gon hears that and instantly believes her, which, I mean, not. I mean, we already know he's dead. We've known this for the longest freaking time. So it's not really like this scene really had no impact to me. I just didn't really care. Like it wasn't bad or anything. It's just I personally just didn't care. I already know Kite's dead. We saw his freaking head in her lap. Like we we already. I just didn't care. Um, there was kind of a surprise here because when back when Kobugi was first injured and we saw Miram holding her in his arms, I was actually under the impression that she was actually 100% dead already. So Pitou had actually revived her. So I thought that Pitou would just do the same to Kite and revive him, but that's not the case. Um, Komugi wasn't like 100% dead yet, so she was able to be healed. Kite, on the other hand, as we know, is 100% dead, so yeah. So that was a little surprise for me there that Komugi wasn't uh, dead at the time and she can't actually heal Kite. But I don't really care that much because Kite has been out of the story for so long that him not coming back is just not a big deal. So I just didn't really care that much. I just didn't really care about the end of the episode. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just a personal thing, just personal preference. I just didn't care. There wasn't much impact to it. It was just Gon sitting there entering denial for a little bit, breaking down, blaming himself, crying. It was just, I just didn't care. Like, so yeah. Overall, that's it for the episode. So overall, oh yeah, Pitou healed herself. She started to heal her arm. That's important. But yeah, other than that, that's it. And overall, I'll give this episode a 7 out of 10. And that's mostly because of the Pouf plan and him having Welfin call Pitou and all that. But yeah, I read some Crunchyroll comments, and some people were saying that the next episode is going to be like the most amazing thing ever, which is impressive since I thought episode 116 was like one of the best things ever. So, um, yeah, I'll think about doing a live reaction next week. Um, Hopefully my microphone is fixed so that I don't get stupid static sounds in the middle of recording. But oh well. Uh, yeah, that's it though. I'm kind of just rambling now. I'll think about doing a live reaction next week. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. If I if I'm not in a position where I can do a live reaction, like if I have people around me, I don't feel like making random noises and comments and having them look at me like I'm weird, then I'm just not going to do one. Um, and by random people, I mean my parents walking back and forth listening to me talk to myself. So, yeah, so there may or may not be a live reaction. I'll think about it. But yeah, that's it, you guys. The episode gets a 7 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.